TsubakiSwagg, and I am coming to you with my review of, that sounded like a song. I am coming to you with my review of Nobunagun episode 4. The name will be in this general area as always, but pretty much this episode is pretty awesome. The more I watch Nobunagun, the more I like it, because this anime is like the perfect medium of like funny and actiony and yeah, just amazing. Anyways, you know, the more I watch it, the more I think of Sho as like a Mako character. Like, she's very uncoordinated and crazy, and she's an interesting person. She reminds me a lot of me. I act a lot like that. But so pretty much this episode was pretty awesome because, of course, in the last episode they showed that the lieutenant of the Air Force pretty much got killed because his aircraft was taken down by one of the invasion objects. So Sho and, well, Nobunagun and Jack the Ripper were sent to pretty much take down the invasion object. And while they're on the plane with Kappa, they introduce Galileo into the story. Galileo is a little creepy, but she's cool. I like her. She looks like a little cat. She has like the little whiskers, but but she's introduced into the story, and pretty much it looks like Galileo is like I want to say she's like the more technical side of missions. Like, she does not necessarily like the tactical work. She more like gives you like the coordinates and just all the technical stuff. But so the main reason why they took Shio onto this mission was because she's a sniper and they needed somebody to take down the invasion object before it dropped its eggs, because the invasion object, like, it looks like the species are starting to evolve more, because instead of like flying and landing on land like how they did in Taiwan, is learning that it's learning as it goes, but they're all learning together, so that means that they're all communicating in one way or another. So this time the invasion object used the hurricane, which was moving at speeds of 60 miles per second, to pretty much propel it over the water to get to Florida, where it could drop its eggs off. And because it was going to be, well, because there was going to be like a natural disaster area there, they weren't going to be able to get on land. Like, the Dogu wasn't going to be able to get on land to pretty much take them out before they hatched, which the invasion objects were learning this. So they used the hurricane, and Shio and Jack the Ripper and Kappa and Galileo were on the aircraft, and they pretty much told Shio that she was the only person that was going to be able to take it out, and she had to use her gun as a sniper to take down the invasion object right in between the eyes, because that was the only place that was going to be vulnerable enough to kill it, so that way it wouldn't drop the eggs before it died. So Shio started to aim, but she started freaking out because she was like, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And then they show a flashback, or what is of a flashback of Oda Nobunagun back when he was like the king over, and he was in his palace and they were being attacked, and there was like 2,000 to 50,000, and Nobunagun was pretty much saying that they need to go onto the offensive. Even though there's only 2,000 of them, they were still going to be able to take them out, and they wouldn't have to just stay in the palace and guard the palace. So in that, Oda pretty much called his servant to get his drum, and he started chanting, and he, like, the girl was banging on, well, patting on the drum, and they show Shio like dancing around, and then when she finished, it was like Oda was inside of her, and it looked like he pretty much like took over her subconscious, and she jumped out the aircraft, and she took down, like, she used the hurricane's winds to match the sway of the invasion object, and she took it down. But it turned out that the invasion objects were working together. So there were two. There was one that was pretty much covering it, and there was another one underneath it that was carrying the eggs. So when she tried to take out the one that was carrying the eggs, it had like this plate on its back. So she couldn't get to it. And this like made her freak out, and they were realizing that the invasion objects are learning, like they are becoming more intelligent as time goes on. So she couldn't take it out. So Jack the Ripper came to her rescue and cut its head off. But before he could cut its head off, it dropped like 12 eggs. So, but after he took its head off, they came together, and pretty much Jack the Ripper and Nobunagun / Shio used their techniques together. Like Shio used her three weapon volley to pretty much propel Jack the Ripper to be able to take out all 12 of the eggs. And they worked together in this way, and it made it, like, it was so freaking awesome. They went in. But anyways, so they took out all the eggs, and of course Galileo and Kappa came to pick them up. And Jack the Ripper took Shio back to her room. And Shio was like after she finished after she finished helping him, she pretty much passed out. And that was pretty much the end of her for that point in time. And when she finally awoke in her room, it was dark. And the first thing that came to her mind was to message a So-So. So she was trying to message a So-So, and she was like, there's so much that I want to tell you. And then that was pretty much the end of the episode. Like her pounding the pillow, because there's so much that she wants to tell a So-So that she pretty much doesn't have time to. So the more I watch Nobunagun, the more I like it. It is awesome. Like, I love this anime, and I'm falling in love with it all over again every episode that I watch. But I would love to hear what y'all think is going to happen in the next episode. But as always, please, please, please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.